Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the greatest times an actor put on the cape and cowl to portray Batman. For this list, we'll only be looking at live-action performances.
You're either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Number 10, George Clooney, Batman and Robin.
Vengeance isn't power anyone can take a life, but to give life. That's true power, a power you once had.
Having recently broken out of TV and onto the big screen, George Clooney was in the middle of a meteoric rise to stardom when he strapped on the utility belt. However, he may not have been the correct choice for the campy vibes that Joel Schumacher took the character in. Remember the Bat credit card?
$7 million. Never leave the cave without it.
Clooney has even gone so far as to personally refund people who saw the film in theaters. But his portrayal wasn't without any merit whatsoever. When not in costume, he effectively played the part of a handsome and charming billionaire playboy. In fact, he even returned as Bruce Wayne in a tongue-in-cheek cameo decades later.
You're not Batman? What's wrong with you?
Number 9, David Mazouz, Gotham.
Out there, Alfred, I feel more alive than I've ever felt before. Do you understand that?
This TV series took a look at the Batman mythos from another direction, acting as an ensemble crime show set before the Caped Crusader became a superhero. It thus gave us a very different Bruce Wayne. In fact, one of the first storylines in the show involved Detective James Gordon attempting to solve the murder of a young Bruce Wayne's parents.
Months ago, you promised you'd find who killed my parents. Then all that time, you've managed to find one witness who turned out to be a liar.
An investigation like this takes time.
I understand.
Over the show's 5 seasons, we watched Bruce grow from a grieving boy into a young man, taking his first steps into the world of vigilantism. While Mazouz was fine on the show, it's really a Batman role in name only, as the show served much more as a prequel to an actual Batman story, so it doesn't place particularly high on our list.
When my parents built this company to make Gotham a better place, they would have sacrificed everything for this city.
Number 8, Robert Lowery, Batman and Robin.
Come along, fella. You're going with us to the Bat's cave.
Appearing in a serial of 15 chapters, Robert Lowery's Batman had a presence on the big screen that he'd never had before. Only the second actor to play Batman, Lowery's long career acting in westerns and action films made him perfect for the part of a superhero.
What were those?
Just some of my bats. Hope they didn't disturb you, but you see it's nearing their feeding time.
Although much of Lowery's performance and the movie as a whole is dated by today's standards, his portrayal of the Bat helped set the standard for actors in superhero films. Furthermore, his physically imposing build and acting chops help make the Batman and Robin serial a worthwhile early entry in Batman's canon.
No, not that way. Wouldn't stand a chance. Out the window. Go ahead. I'll follow you.
Number 7, Kevin Conroy, Batwoman.
You start with a code. You hang on to it with every self-righteous breath. But then you take one life.
If we were including animation, Kevin Conroy would have been the most iconic Batman actor. Over the years, he's played the part a number of times, however, only ever in animated form. That is, until the massive crossover Crisis on Infinite Earths stretched across 5 live-action DC shows on the CW. As Batwoman and company traveled to Wayne Manor in an alternate reality, we heard an unmistakable voice as Conroy for the first and only time in live action entered as Batman.
Clark always said yes to anyone with a badge or a flag. He gave them too much power. My parents taught me a very different lesson.
It's spectacular to finally see Conroy as Bruce Wayne in the flesh, even if it's tragically short. Some fans were also disappointed that this version of Batman had taken a particularly dark turn, but we were happy to see him nonetheless.
Yes. Let it end. Let it all end. This world's not worth saving in any universe.
Number 6, Val Kilmer, Batman Forever.
I see without seeing. To me, darkness is as clear as daylight. What am I?
As the second of 3 actors to play Batman in the Tim Burton and Joel Schumacher films, it can be easy to overlook Val Kilmer's time in the role. Upon closer inspection, though, there's a lot in Kilmer's singular turn, as more than in any portrayal before, he examined the psychology of Batman. Much of Batman Forever was concerned with duality, particularly the dual identity of Batman and Bruce Wayne. Introspective and intense, Kilmer investigated the inner depths of Batman's psyche.
But your pain doesn't die with Harvey, it grows. So you run out into the night to find another face, and another, and another.
Reportedly, however, he clashed with director Joel Schumacher, who described him as rude and inappropriate towards the crew. Ultimately, his portrayal was interesting but flawed, landing it in the middle of the list.
You see, I'm both Bruce Wayne and Batman. Not because I have to be. Now, because I choose to be.
Number 5. Ben Affleck, the DC Extended Universe.
Whatever you see, stick to the plan. That's why I brought you together.
Batfleck, as he is affectionately known by his fans, had the blessing and the curse of being part of a wider cinematic universe. The downside of this meant that he never got a solo film, but the upside meant that he was able to play off of a number of other iconic heroes. Starting as a wounded loner in Batman vs. Superman, Batfleck had seen too many friends die and brought a sense of gravitas to the role.
20 years in Gotham, Alfred. We've seen what promises are worth. How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way?
As he grew closer to other members of the Justice League over the next few films, he was able to add more dimension and humor to the character. Even when he only appeared in a cameo capacity, Affleck's Batman was one of the funniest parts of whatever film he was in.
You can handle the hospital, Barry. Somebody has to save the rest of the world, so I was gonna do that, if you don't mind.
Sounds about right, Bruce.
Number 4. Adam West, Batman and Batman.
Watch out, Batman. This could be tricky.
Have no fear of it. I'll keep all my wits about me. So long. For a minute.
Through the years, Batman has ranged from gritty and serious to fun and campy, and absolutely no one managed to pull off the latter quite as well as the late, great Adam West. Over the course of 3 seasons and a movie, he played the goofiest iteration of Batman, all with a straight face.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Playing the role decades after the serials, and decades before the Burton films, West was the only and definitive Batman to an entire generation. His deadpan delivery was comic gold, but also gave his version a sense of earnestness and a Boy Scout-like devotion to upholding justice.
It's not for mortals like us to tamper with the laws of nature. Indeed, in this very Batcave, you saw a ghastly example of what happens when one tries to do that.
Number 3. Robert Pattinson, the Batman.
People need hope. To know someone's out there for them.
After breaking out in the Twilight films, Robert Pattinson seemed determined to dedicate his career to complex roles in mostly indie films. His turn as the tortured trust fund orphan in Matt Reeves' Batman film brought all that layered nuance to the role. Pattinson gave the character the charm he needed to be Bruce Wayne, the intensity needed for Batman, and the brokenness he needed for both.
What have you done?
Physically imposing, darkly funny, and a bit of an emo kid, Pattinson's Bruce goes on an emotional journey as he tries to cope with his parents' legacy. More than anything else, he makes you believe that this guy is just weird enough to dress up as a giant bat.
The city's angry. Scarred. Like me. Our scars can destroy us.
Number 2. Christian Bale, The Dark Knight Trilogy.
What the hell are you?
I'm Batman.
Those looking for a more serious take on Batman need look no further. After missteps caused the franchise to be rebooted, the character was given a more realistic take. That included a more stoic portrayal of the character from leading man Bale.
I killed those people. That's what I can be.
No, you can't. You're not.
I'm whatever Gotham needs me to be.
Bale not only brought nuance to the character emotionally, but also went through a massive transformation to give a realistic physical portrayal of the character. He bulked up to 220 pounds and trained in weapons and martial arts. Unlike other actors, Bale had the opportunity to play Batman in the beginning, middle, and end of his journey. Over 3 films, Bale gave Bruce a complete character arc, perfectly capturing every part of his emotional journey.
People know the hero who saved them.
A hero can be anyone, even a man doing something as simple and reassuring as putting a coat around a young boy's shoulders to let him know the world hadn't ended.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Michael Keaton. Batman, Batman Returns, and The Flash.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
You have to be a little nuts to be Batman. Well, Keaton, he got nuts. In his portrayal of a guy who dressed up in a costume and beat up criminals, Keaton understood that Bruce Wayne was a little bit weird and a little bit sad. He straddled the line between fun and dark, giving us a Batman who was both silently tragic and subtly comical. Keaton was at his best playing off his iconic villains, with his scenes opposite Jack Nicholson's Joker feeling positively electric.
You killed my parents.
What? Huh. What are you talking about?
I made you. You made me first.
Likewise, in Batman Returns, where his star-crossed romance with Michelle Pfeiffer's equally damaged Catwoman is as lovely as it is ultimately tragic. Even after 30 years away from the role, he still felt like Batman.
Yeah. I'm Batman.
Shine your Batsignal in the comments below and tell us who your favorite Batman is.
Come on, Robin. To the Batcave. We haven't one moment to lose.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.